Welcome back to Morning Drive. Taking a look back at the 2016 RBC Canadian Open, Jhonattan Vegas finishing with 3 straight birdies to win by a shot over Dustin Johnson, Jon Rahm and Martin Laird. His second PGA Tour win and the first of back-to-back wins at the event for Vegas. And you can watch an encore presentation of that final round today at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. today on Golf. And with that, I'm very pleased to say a very good morning to the man himself, Jhonattan. It is wonderful to see you. Welcome into Morning Drive. I'm so glad to hear that you and the family are doing really well. But just to kind of check back into that win in 2016, you started that final round 5 strokes off the lead. What do you remember about the way that you approached that round of golf?
Well, obviously it's good to see you guys too. It's awesome, to kind of get back into the rhythm of things now. But yeah, thinking back about that round in 2016, it was just pretty unique. I mean, I've always fell in love with Glen Abbey. The type of golf course that it is. I mean, it kind of suits my game extremely well. So, I mean, it has 5 par 5s, which kind of suits my game, like I said, really well. And I just knew that course can play really hard and really firm. So I knew that I was teeing up about an hour or so in front of the leaders, that if I could go ahead and post, a really low round. I mean, I didn't really care how low it was. I just needed to go low. And I remember having a really good start, and I knew the finishing holes there at Glen Abbey are holes to take advantage of, and I was able to just have a tremendous finish, right? Birdie the last 3, especially on 17. That I really had a phenomenal birdie there out of a left fairway bunker. Things that I still remember like it was the other day. So it was a lot of fun for sure.
Well, it was such an impressive win, and one that you would go on to defend the following year in equally as an impressive fashion. But Jhonattan, just to focus where we are right now in the game, it's been 9 weeks since play came to a hiatus on the PGA Tour. How have you been finding this time in terms of the balance of just getting away from the game entirely, but also, of course, wanting to stay sharp?
Well, I mean, I think what I've been thinking about all of the positives that we can get out of all of this, right? Which is hard right now. But I think for me, it just I've focused on spending time with my family. I think I have 2 young kids, a 4-year-old daughter and a 9-month-old boy, and I've just been really focusing on spending a lot of quality time with them, kind of watching them grow for a long period of time or a longer period of time. Like I'm so used to seeing them, a week here and a week there, that it's actually been really good and really healthy for me to spend more than a week with them. So like I said, I've been really focusing on that, spending quality time, really, kind of being good with myself and trying to be a good dad and a good husband. And, like I said, using this time for that. And I've been really looking at the positive in all of that.
I'm sure they've absolutely loved having Dad home. I know it's such a rare quality time for any professional athlete. But as we look ahead, we're now just 3 weeks away from the Charles Schwab Challenge. The field is going to be incredibly deep. The environment's going to be very different, of course, as well, with no fans and all the testing involved that you'll have to endure. How will you be mentally and physically preparing yourself for the restart of the season?
Well, I mean, nobody really knows, right? At this point, I mean, we don't have any expectations. I mean, we just have to try to be there and manage that week the best way we can. I mean, it's gonna be one of those things that we're gonna have to all, adjust to and implement some of these new, things that we have to adapt to. And but at the same time, I mean, once we're clear to play. Once all the protocols are set for us to play, obviously we're going to miss all of the fans, which is, I've always said that, they're a huge part of our game and in sports in general, because, I mean, they're the atmosphere. They're the ones that make us give more than we have. So without them, it's going to be tough. But I think the competitive edge of all of us is going to show up, and it's going to be a great restart of the PGA Tour season. And I just can't wait to get back.
And speaking of deep fields, Jhonattan, there's a certain man, Tiger Woods, who will no doubt be a part of all of this over the next few months. You've obviously had the honour of competing against him and with him for a fair few years now on tour. What do you appreciate most about the 82-time PGA Tour winner?
Nothing more than his competitiveness. I mean, there's nothing bigger than Tiger than his will to win and his ability to win. And like I said, for us, and even for me personally, that I've kind of watched him go through this, and just the ability for that guy to compete and to give it all, no matter how bad things get, for him to always come back and give his best. I mean, it's just inspiring. Like I said, I mean, I've really enjoyed that part of him, and we love having him on tour, and hopefully he can go for many more years. So we wish him all the best, and like I said, we love having that competitiveness on tour every time.
And you just touched on it there, but his work ethic has always just been utterly outstanding. From the way you see him approach events, the way he practices and focuses, Jhonattan, do you believe major number 18 could still be on the cards?
I do. I mean, I do. Obviously, I'm a strong believer in God, and hopefully, I hope his body can hold for a few more years. But like I said, there's not a mind and a heart as big as his in the game. So I feel that if he has it in his mind, in his heart, I think he can do it. I mean, obviously at the end of the day, it's going to be up to him, but I believe that he can do it.
It's all about the belief, and something just tells us all that Tiger might just believe it himself. Jhonattan, it's so great to catch up with you. We're glad you're doing well. We can't wait to see you back out there in just a few weeks' time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me, and obviously we're super excited. Hopefully we can get together soon again and get all the good stuff happening on tour again. So all the best, and hope to see you soon too.